Let me hit you with a question that might sting a little. Why do you trade worse when it matters the most? Seriously, why is it that the moment you increase your lot size, or the moment the perfect setup appears, your brain suddenly turns into your worst enemy? Think about it. You've studied the charts. You know your strategy. You understand your rules. But the second real money is on the line, something inside you flips. Your calm disappears. Your confidence melts. And fear, greed, and impatience suddenly start driving the car. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You open a trade, and at first everything feels normal. You're watching the candles move. You're breathing fine. You tell yourself, relax. Stick to the plan. But then the market twitches, just a tiny move. A little spike. A little pullback. Nothing crazy. Yet somehow, your mind starts spiraling. What if it reverses? What if I miss the bigger move? What if I close too early? What if I hold too long? What if? It's like your brain transforms into a noise machine. And suddenly you feel emotions you didn't plan for: pressure, fear, excitement, doubt. Here's the crazy part. Those emotions don't come from the chart. They come from you. Every trader has a dark side. A hidden layer of thoughts and feelings that wake up the moment money is at risk. Some traders hear a voice telling them to chase. Some feel an urge to close early. Some freeze. Some panic. Some become greedy. Some become blind. And you know the scariest thing? Most traders don't even realize it's happening. They think the market is the problem. They think the broker is the problem. They think the setup failed. But the truth most people run from, is this. Your biggest enemy in trading is the part of your mind that you refuse to look at. The part that whispers, break the rules. The part that says, maybe this one time. The part that tricks you into believing you're making smart decisions, when you're actually being controlled by fear, ego, and survival instinct. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. When you lose a trade, do you ever feel like you're losing a piece of yourself? Like it's not just money, it's your identity, your pride, your worth? If yes, then you're about to understand yourself on a much deeper level. Because the next part of this story reveals why your mind behaves this way, and how this hidden side silently controls your entire trading journey. Before we go deeper, I want you to think about this. Why does your mind behave differently when you're risking money, even if the setup is the same? It's simple. Your brain is not built for trading. Your brain is built for survival. And survival mode and trading mode do not mix. Imagine this for a moment. You're walking in a forest. Suddenly, something moves behind a tree. Your heart jumps. Your body tightens. Your mind scans for danger. That reaction happens in less than a second. You don't think about it. You don't plan it. You don't analyze it. Your brain reacts to protect you. Now here's the scary truth. Your brain reacts to price movement the exact same way. A sudden spike? Danger. A sharp drop? Threat. A candle turning red? Fear. A candle turning green? Hope. You're not reacting to the chart. Your brain is reacting to risk. And risk feels like danger. That's why the moment you enter a trade, your emotional brain takes over. It doesn't care about your strategy. It doesn't care about your rules. It doesn't care about your plan. It screams, protect yourself. Don't let this go wrong. Get out. Hold. Chase. Do something. This is why so many traders sabotage themselves. They think they're fighting the market, but really, they're fighting their own biology. Let me ask you something real. Have you ever closed a profitable trade early, only to watch it hit your full take profit later? And you just sat there thinking, why did I do that? I knew it was going to go. Or maybe you held onto a losing trade because closing felt too painful? Like admitting defeat? Like giving up? That isn't poor discipline. That isn't lack of strategy. That's your emotional brain taking the wheel. But let me show you something even deeper. Your brain loves patterns. It loves stories. It loves meaning. So when you hit one big win, your brain says, let's do it again. When you take one painful loss, your brain says, be careful. Don't get hurt. And when you lose 2, 3, 4 trades in a row, your brain whispers, maybe you're not good enough. Think about that line carefully. Because for many traders, that one sentence is the beginning of a slow mental collapse. But here's the twist. The dark side of your trading mind isn't just fear. It's something far more dangerous. Something that hides behind your confidence. Something that pretends to help you. And it destroys more traders than fear ever will. There's a part of your mind that's even more dangerous than fear. More sneaky. More manipulative. More destructive. It's the part that whispers to you when you're winning. You know that feeling. That little rush you get when a trade goes your way. That spark of excitement. That sudden boost of confidence. That warm little voice saying, "See? You're good at this. You're smarter than the others. You understand the market better now. You figured it out." But here's the truth you probably don't want to hear. A winning streak can be more dangerous than a losing streak. Because fear makes you cautious. But confidence, unchecked confidence, makes you blind. Let me tell you a story traders rarely admit. Maybe this has happened to you too. You win one trade. Feels good. Then you win a second one. Feels even better. Then you win a third one. Now something changes inside you. You start walking differently. You breathe differently. You feel like you finally get it. And then the voice shows up. The one that says, "Let's increase the lot size. Let's push a little more. You've earned it. You can handle it. You're in the zone." And you know what happens next. One bad trade wipes out all the confidence, all the profits, all the discipline. And you sit there staring at your screen, whispering to yourself, "How did I let this happen? Why did I go in that heavy? What was I thinking?" Let me ask you something real. Has confidence ever tricked you into doing something stupid in the market? Like risking more than you should? Trading when you should have stopped? Or believing you were unstoppable, right before the market humbled you? If yes, then listen very carefully to this next line. Your ego is the most dangerous trader on your team. It doesn't care about your rules. It doesn't care about risk. It doesn't care about your long-term goals. Your ego only cares about one thing. Feeling good right now. And that feeling blinds you. Your ego doesn't live in the future. It doesn't think about your account next week or next month or next year. It only cares about the next candle, the next spike, the next high. But you're not the only one dealing with this. Every trader, no matter how experienced, must learn to fight this internal enemy. Because if you don't control your ego will control your trading journey. But there's another side of the mind we haven't talked about yet. And this one is even darker. It's the part of you that lies to yourself. The part that convinces you that breaking your rules, just this one time, is okay. The part that helps you justify bad decisions, so you don't feel guilty. This is the side of the mind that destroys accounts slowly, silently, and almost without you noticing. And once you see how it works, you'll never look at your trading behavior the same way again. Let's talk about the part of your mind that most traders never admit exists. Not to their mentors, not to their friends, not even to themselves. It's the part that lies to you, not by accident, not by mistake, but on purpose, to protect your feelings. Let me show you exactly how it works. Have you ever broken one of your rules and immediately tried to justify it? You told yourself things like, "It's fine. This setup looks really good. It's only a small risk. I'll follow the rules after this trade. I'll get back on track tomorrow. This one is different. This one is special. This one will fix everything." You're not the only one. Every trader creates these little stories. Tiny excuses. Soft, gentle lies that make bad decisions feel acceptable. But here's the dark truth. The mind tells these lies because losing the trade hurts less than admitting you sabotaged yourself. Think about that. Your mind would rather let you repeat bad habits than make you face the reality that you are the reason your results don't change. Now imagine this. Your brain is like a lawyer. Its job is not to tell the truth. Its job is to defend you, even when you're wrong. So when you revenge trade, the brain says, "You had to get your money back." When you skip your stop loss, the brain says, "It might still reverse." When you over-leverage, the brain says, "You're confident this time. When you blow your account, the brain says, the broker is hunting your stop. Let me ask you something personal. Has your brain ever defended a decision you knew was wrong the moment you made it? Be honest with yourself, because this is the mental trap that quietly destroys traders. Not fear, not greed, not the market, not manipulation, not strategy, not indicators. Self-deception. It's the invisible poison. You don't taste it. You don't smell it. You don't see it. But slowly, trade by trade, mistake by mistake, lie by lie, it eats your discipline. It damages your confidence. It breaks your trust in yourself. And when a trader no longer trusts themselves, they start making decisions that don't make sense. They chase. They freeze. They blow accounts. They keep switching strategies. They blame the market. They start believing the problem is out there, when the real battle is happening inside their own head. But I want to show you something deeper, something even darker, something that explains why you repeat the same trading mistakes, even when you swear you won't. It has nothing to do with the charts, and everything to do with your past. Let me tell you something most trading educators will never say out loud. Your trading problems didn't start in the market. They started long before you ever touched a chart. Your dark side was built piece by piece. From your childhood, your environment, your fears, your insecurities, your need for approval, all the way to the person you became today. Let me explain. Do you know why some traders can't hold a winning trade? Because deep down, they don't feel they deserve to win. Do you know why some traders overtrade until they're emotionally drained? Because deep down, they're trying to prove something. To themselves. To someone in their life. To the world. Do you know why some traders refuse to take stop losses? Because deep down, they can't handle being wrong. Not even for a second. And do you know why some traders keep blowing accounts? Because deep down, a part of their mind is addicted to chaos. Addicted to the adrenaline. Addicted to the emotional roller coaster. You're not just fighting the market. You're fighting old emotional patterns that have been controlling your decision-making for years. Think about this. If growing up, you were punished for mistakes, your brain will treat every losing trade like a personal attack. If you were only praised when you achieved something, you'll chase big wins just to feel worthy. If you were raised in chaos, you'll subconsciously create chaos in your trading. If you hate losing arguments, you'll hold losing trades. Let me ask you a tough question. Has trading ever made you feel the way someone in your past made you feel? Maybe pressured, maybe judged, maybe not good enough, maybe scared to fail, maybe desperate to prove yourself. If you felt that even once, congratulations. You just uncovered a piece of your dark side. Because trading is not just numbers and candles. It's a mirror that shows you the parts of yourself you've been running from. You think you panic because of the market? You panic because you've always panicked under pressure. You think you get greedy because of the chart? You get greedy because you've always chased validation, success, or approval. You think you break rules because you're undisciplined? You break rules because somewhere in your life, structure felt restrictive, and part of you still resists it. This is why trading is emotional. This is why you repeat mistakes. This is why consistency feels so far away. But here's the shocking part. Once you understand the emotional patterns behind your trading behavior, you can finally break them. And that's exactly what we're going to uncover in the next part. Now that you understand where your dark side comes from, let's go even deeper. Because the next part is where most traders get trapped for years without even realizing it. It's something psychologists call the loop. I call it the trader's prison. And if you've ever felt stuck, if you've ever wondered why you keep repeating the same mistakes, this is the part that will finally make everything click. Here's how the loop works. Step 1. The trigger. You see a setup. You feel excitement, pressure, or even boredom. This emotional spark activates the dark side. Step 2. The action. You enter the trade. Maybe too early. Maybe too late. Maybe too big. Maybe without thinking. You tell yourself it's fine. You tell yourself you'll manage it. Step 3. The reaction. The market moves. Your brain panics. You start imagining things that aren't real. What if I lose? What if I'm wrong? What if I miss out? Your decisions become emotional instead of logical. Step 4. The mistake. You close early, or you hold too long, or you double down, or you refuse to take the loss, or you jump into another trade without thinking. And the moment you do it, you feel that sting in your chest, that little voice saying, "You shouldn't have done that." Step 5. The regret. This is where the self-hate comes in. The frustration, the disappointment, the embarrassment, the guilt. You promise yourself, "I'm never doing this again. I'm sticking to my rules from now on." And you mean it. You genuinely mean it. Step 6. The reset. You go back to the charts the next day, thinking you're starting fresh. But you're not. Because the emotional pattern inside you hasn't changed. The dark side hasn't changed. Your brain hasn't changed. So guess what happens next? The exact. You trigger. You act. You react. You make the same mistake. You regret it. You restart. Over and over again. Let me ask you something painful but honest. How many times have you repeated this exact cycle? 5 times? 50 times? Hundreds? Be truthful with yourself. Because most traders spend years trying to fix their strategy, when what they really need to fix is the emotional loop that controls their behavior. But here's the good news. The loop can be broken. And when you break it, your trading life changes forever. In the next part, I'll show you the exact mental shift that separates disciplined traders from emotional ones, and why most people never achieve it. Now we're entering the part that separates traders who stay stuck from traders who finally break free. Because the truth is this: trading discipline is not something you create. It's something you uncover. Every human is born with discipline. Every human is born with the ability to focus, plan, follow rules, and stay calm. But somewhere along the way, life covers that discipline with layers of fear, pressure, trauma, insecurity, ego, and doubt. And trading exposes all of it. Think of your mind like a room with a dimmer switch. When the light is low, you can't see what's inside. The room looks simple, harmless, empty. But increase the brightness, and suddenly everything becomes visible. The clutter, the mess, the shadows, the things you forgot you left lying around. That's what trading does. It turns the brightness up on your mind. This is why, when you face pressure in the market, you don't just see price movement. You see yourself, your fears, your impatience, your desire for control, your need to be right, your fear of losing, your discomfort with uncertainty. Let me ask you something real. Have you ever noticed that you only lose control in certain situations? For example, you can follow your rules perfectly on demo, but on a real account, your mind melts. You can trade calmly with small lot sizes, but increase the risk, and suddenly you become a different person. You can stay patient on a normal day, but after a loss, you start forcing trades. Why does this happen? Because discipline isn't tested in comfort. Discipline is only tested in pressure. And most traders crumble under pressure because they're trying to control the market instead of trying to control their mind. Here's the shift you must understand. The market is not your opponent. Your emotional reactions are. The market isn't trying to hurt you. The market isn't watching you. The market isn't judging you. The market isn't trying to take your money. The market is just doing what it does. It's you who attaches meaning to every move. It's you who treats every candle like a threat or opportunity. It's you who turns random price movement into emotional stories. And this is where most traders fail. Because they're fighting something outside of them, instead of something inside of them. But if you can learn to detach your identity from your results, everything changes. The winning traders you admire, they don't fight their mind. They understand it. They know the dark side exists, and they learn how to keep it silent. Now let's talk about something powerful, something most traders overlook, something that could change the way you trade forever. Your mind is not supposed to be silent. It's supposed to be managed. You will never fully eliminate fear. You will never fully eliminate greed. You will never fully eliminate impatience. You will never fully eliminate doubt. No trader in the world, no matter how skilled, has a perfectly calm mind. But the ones who succeed, the ones who survive, the ones who make it out of the dark side, are the ones who know how to quiet the noise. Not by fighting it, not by suppressing it, not by pretending it isn't there, but by giving their mind something stronger than emotion. Structure. Let me show you how this works. Imagine you're holding a loud dog on a leash. The dog barks, pulls, jumps, shakes, tries to run. It wants to chase everything. That dog is your emotional brain. Now imagine the leash. The leash doesn't silence the dog. It doesn't remove the dog. It doesn't stop the dog from existing. But it keeps the dog from dragging you into chaos. That leash is your trading structure. Your rules. Your boundaries. Your limits. When emotions rise, your structure keeps you grounded. But here's the truth that hurts. Most traders don't actually have a structure. They think they do, but they don't. Let me ask you a few direct questions. Do you have a real written entry rule you follow every day? Or do you enter when it feels right? Do you have a fixed stop-loss system? Or do you move it around when you're scared? Do you have a maximum number of trades per day? Or do you trade until your emotions take over? Do you have a fixed risk per trade? Or do you change your lot size depending on your mood? Be honest. Most traders have flexible rules. Rules that bend whenever emotions get loud. Rules that shift depending on how the day is going. Rules that only exist when things feel comfortable. But flexible rules create emotional trading. Emotional trading creates chaos. Chaos feeds the dark side. You silence the dark side of your mind not by fighting emotions, but by building a structure strong enough to contain them. Here's the breakthrough. Your emotions don't need to be weak. Your structure needs to be strong. In the next part, I'll show you the mindset shift that turns structure into a lifestyle, and how traders finally learn to calm the storm inside. Now that you understand the leash, let's talk about the real game changer. Because structure alone isn't enough. You can have the best rules, the perfect stop losses, and strict trade limits. But if your mind isn't trained, your dark side will still find ways to sneak in. This is where mindset mastery comes in. Think of it like this. Trading is a battle, but it's not against the market. It's against your own instincts. Your brain wants quick wins. Your brain wants to avoid losses. Your brain wants to feel good right now. And if you follow your instincts blindly, you will repeat the same mistakes over and over. Mindset mastery is about telling your brain, "Thank you, fear. Thank you, greed. I see you. I hear you. But you're not in charge." It's about separating emotion from action. It's about creating a space between impulse and decision. A space where logic, discipline, and planning can take the wheel. Here's a simple example. Your trade starts to go against you. Your emotional brain screams, "Get out. This is bad." Your dark side wants to panic. Your ego wants to prove it's right. But your disciplined mind steps in. "I have a plan. I have my risk defined. I follow my rules. I do not chase. I do not hold beyond my plan." You still feel the fear. You still hear the whispers. You still notice the tension in your chest. But you don't act on it. This is what separates winning traders from losing traders. Not talent. Not strategy. Not luck. Emotional control wins trades. Every single time. And here's a secret most traders will never tell you. Your dark side doesn't go away. It never disappears. It never sleeps. But that's okay. Because the goal isn't to destroy it. The goal is to recognize it, understand it, and manage it. To build a system, rules, and mindset so strong that your dark side can exist without ever controlling you. Let me ask you something. If you could trade with the same confidence, calm, and discipline every single day, no matter what the market does, would you finally feel free? Would you finally feel like trading is a game you can win consistently? The answer is yes. But only if you face the dark side head-on. In the final part, I'm going to show you how to apply all of this structure, mindset, and awareness into a daily practice that finally breaks the cycle. A method that can make you untouchable by fear, greed, and ego. Now it's time to bring everything together. The dark side of your mind is always there. But the key is to turn it from an enemy into a guide. Here's the method the most successful traders use every single day. 1. Awareness. Recognize the triggers that activate your dark side. Is it fear of loss? Greed? Impatience? Ego? Write them down. Know them like old friends. 2. Structure. Build strict rules you follow no matter what. Entry rules, stop-loss rules, trade limits. Strong structure acts like a leash for the emotional dog we talked about. 3. Mindset practice. Train your brain to create a pause between emotion and action. When fear rises, acknowledge it. When greed whispers, nod and continue. Decision comes from your plan, not your impulses. 4. Reflection. After every trading session, review your trades without judgment. Ask yourself, did I follow my rules? Did I react emotionally? Learn from patterns, not from shame. 5. Acceptance. Accept that losses, mistakes, and emotional reactions will always happen. The goal is not perfection. The goal is control. The goal is consistency. Here's the powerful truth. When you face your dark side instead of running from it, you stop repeating mistakes. You stop blaming the market, the broker, the news, or your strategy. You take responsibility. You reclaim your mind. And finally, your trading results start reflecting your real potential. Imagine opening your trades with calm, confident energy, feeling excitement but not panic, following your plan no matter what happens, and watching your account grow steadily without fear, greed, or regret controlling your moves. That is not a dream. That is not luck. That is mastering the dark side of your own mind. So here's my challenge to you. Today, don't just trade your strategy. Trade yourself. Trade your emotions. Trade your discipline. Face the whispers, the doubts, the greed, the fear, and prove to yourself that you are in control. Because once you do this, you're no longer just a trader. You're a master of your own mind. And no market can shake you. If you found this video helpful, if you feel like you're finally seeing the truth behind your trading struggles, then do 3 things for me. Like this video, because it tells YouTube this content matters. Comment below. Share which part of your dark side you recognize today. Subscribe, so you never miss the mental strategies that turn ordinary traders into winners. Remember, the market isn't your enemy. Your dark side is. Face it, manage it, master it, and your trading will never look the same again.